very often. So if you can find another interview of Andres that I'm not in, please let me know, because I know for a fact he does not do this very often. It took me years to get him on stage, but God and behold, that 10 years ago, man, we met, a little bit over 10 years ago, we met, and that we would actually have a friendship that turned into a business relationship that turned to a friendship and collaboration. And man, have some meetings. I mean, I'm telling you, it's been awesome. But what did you? Let's go back to over 10 years ago, because you knew a little bit about me before I knew of you. So tell the audience a little bit about that, because that's how we're gonna kind of corner this interview.
Thanks, David. Well, as you know, I don't want to kind of go too far back in the as far as the promoting of the event, but when I took over the Diamond Classic from a good friend of mine, Will Griffin, I've been promoting it for 2 years before I actually sort of met you, right? So what I wanted to do, as I always do in what I do, I always like to kind of take everything to the next level. I'm passionate about what I do. I won't call myself exactly a perfectionist, but I like things to be done right, So I, like everything else, I evaluated all of the aspects of the event. And one of the things that I recognized that was very important is having a good MC, someone who can guide the audience through the event and the presenters and what have you. And I was fortunate enough to have seen you MC an event, and I said to myself, that guy really is on point. I think I would like to kind of meet him and talk to him and see if he might be interested, just have a conversation. Then maybe I will say maybe like 2 months after that, or 3 months after that, I think I saw you at the Southern States.
Yes, in Fort Lauderdale.
I think in Fort Lauderdale, and you were introducing a bodybuilder who's a pro now. And I saw you. I said, "Oh, he's here." So I said to myself, "Okay, I'm gonna stalk him and make sure that he doesn't get away, because I wanted to kind of have that face to face with you." So at the end of the event, I think if you remember, I was kind of like, kind of everybody was leaving. I was in the hallway, and I saw you and introduced myself. And you said to me, "Yeah, just come down." I think you were managing the Gold Gym at the time.
Yeah.
You said, come down to Miami, and we'll have a conversation and we'll talk. So that's how transition into kind of meeting you. I saw you prior, and then I saw you again at the Southern States, and I said, well, this is my chance to kind of get you face to face, and kind of introduce myself, and kind of propose to you what I was planning on doing going forward.
And at the time, you didn't know my testimony. You didn't know I had gone through cancer, none of that stuff. And so to make a really quick, long story short, it was I said to Andres, I hosted for another organization, and I never hosted NPC or IFBB, which is what he does. And then what ended up happening was that I said to him, listen, come to Miami, come to South Beach. So I felt like if he was serious about it, to come down. And what he didn't know was this was another prayer for me answered, because for me it was about the platform. For me was, where is God going to give me platforms for me to share my story? And he was doing it little by little. But what he didn't know was that I was going to be hosting over 30, almost 40 shows in the last decade with Andres Miller. And it started with that one meeting. And at that moment, he told me about his friend Will, who passed away of cancer, and that he wanted to keep his legacy alive. And I said, of course I'll do it. That's fine. But I have one request. You have to let me share my testimony. And he didn't, at no point did he say he hesitated or say no. He said, no, absolutely, that would be part of the show. You do it, blah, blah, blah. But this is the structure and blah, blah, and let's see how you can produce the show for the night show, because everything else is pretty much the same for every show. But the night show is kind of a way of celebration. It's kind of a way of getting the athletes to look and feel better. So I wanted to do bios and all that stuff. But for me, in terms of this interview, I wanted to share it because there's things that even Andres doesn't see or hasn't even heard. And there's a lot of these amazing athletes that have shared with me how the way that I hosted the show has allowed them to look at bodybuilding differently, or how they have been inspired by your show, how you have treated them, how you have made them home made a home for them. And I think that's something that you probably don't look at as much. I know you do it because you love it. It's a passion project, and I know you do it and you want to take care. But I think for once I wanted to give you a little bit of accolades and let you know that for me as a host, I get to hear that all the time. People tell me about the show and what they felt like, and that is life changing. You have no idea how many lives you've changed. And for me, as a blessing to say, this is my friend Andres, and I'll do anything for him because I know he cares and he is doing everything he can to change lives. It might not be the way I'm doing it, but you are my brother. So I wanted to share that with you. I know that's not something that you really look for, but I feel like people need to know, as a promoter and as a friend, man, you certainly have elevated, enhanced everything about a fitness show in every word.
No, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I mean, I second what you said. One of the things that I mentioned to you in the past, and I always do, I mean, we have nothing without the athletes. The athletes are the ones who make this event special. And my goal is to make sure that I provide the proper platform for them, the proper environment, with the support of the organization, to make sure that they have a great experience. Not only to go and just go on stage, but for them to walk away with a great experience. And that includes also what you mentioned, and making sure that you give them the proper introduction so that they can feel special. Most of these individuals, we don't know their story. Some of them, they come in from a story, a background of struggles, or maybe they're trying to accomplish something, and we don't know that, right? But we need to treat everybody as a star, and that's the whole point. There's only going to be one overall winner per category, but in my opinion, everybody's a winner. And I always say that if you can make it at that stage, you are a winner. It's just a small percent of the population that gets to do what they do. So from my perspective, it's always kind of trying to make the athlete have a great experience and provide a good platform for them so that they can showcase their hard work with the support of their families and loved ones as well.
Amen. I couldn't say it better. And on top of that, we agreed a few years ago to do what's called the Inspiration Award. So I was able to kind of tie in my story to someone that inspires me and inspires Andres. And also we have a Transformation Award. See, the thing about fitness is that a lot of people can look at it one way or the other. They can look at it as bodybuilding or other things, vanity or something. And other people look at it as a source of healing. And the stories, I mean, if you've never come to one of the QCB shows, the stories that I get to read the night before, I get to prepare for this show, are absolutely breathtaking, from people that have gone through surgeries, people that have gone through cancer, people that have gone through abuse, people that have gone through body imaging issues, or disorders, eating disorders. I mean, I've heard it all, and people just come up there, and it's a fact of so much sacrifice and so much to get on that stage. Financially, money that they have to invest in trainers, coaches, bathing suits, tanning, hotels, food, makeup, hair, makeup, everything. And and that's the other thing. So, and then Andres went and said, listen, David, I want to have this tanning company, and then I want to have this makeup person, and I want to give, and we figure out a way to make everything work, just in a way where it just flows, just like the ocean, just a wave, where people can just come in and say, listen, from day one, we're going to take care of you. And because of that, I can rave about him as a promoter. But that's one thing I tell people: I don't get involved in something unless I feel there's a purpose. And Andres started this with a purpose to continue the legacy of his friend. And that touched me. But then he has supported me in all my endeavors when it comes to my cancer, my nonprofit, a lot of things that he's done for me to shine as well. And for that, man, I just want to say I am grateful to know you. Because listen, brother, if I don't survive cancer, I would have never met you. So you're one of those people that God placed in my life to continue my legacy, to continue this journey, to continue my story. So I want to thank you for that. But one of the things that I think I need to touch on today is certainly the shows. This has totally transformed what we had planned. We had a show coming up and during this quarantine right now that we have to postpone until the end of the year. We have a show in July, we have a show in September. But I know what I feel, because I feel like a loss of something, because it's like, whoa, I'm preparing for this. Yes, I do prepare. When I get to host, I have to prepare. It's not just like blah, just show up and do it. No, there's a preparation, mental, spiritual, and certainly a physical preparation. What was going through your mind when this stuff was hitting the news? We're gonna have to cancel shows. We're gonna have to postpone. What was going on with you?
No, before I touch that subject, I just want to say that yes, I feel blessed to have known, to have met you and to have you as a friend and as a brother as well. I think nothing happened in life by chance. I think we meet people for a reason. Like you said, that you wouldn't have gone through cancer, probably wouldn't have met you and what have you. I think that when we meet people, we either learning something from them or they are learning something from us. So there's nothing that goes by just by chance. But I am proud to say that you're a good friend. You always have my best interest at heart, and I appreciate that. And hopefully, it will continue.
Oh, amen.
I'm sure it will.
I can't wait.
Thank you. But as far as going to the show, I just want to say that it's most of I promote under the guidelines of the NPC. I know that they have done a tremendous work to make sure that they accommodate the athletes and the promoters during this difficult times. But obviously, it's hard for everybody because I start promoting, like, to be honest with you, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about six months and more, right?
Mm-hmm.
The minute one show ends, I'm always thinking about, what can I do to enhance the next event? So I'm always kind of working behind the scene and doing things to make sure that, to assimilate what's coming new and to make sure that I can put my best effort forward. So with what has transpired with the COVID-19, I think it caught us all by surprise.
Yeah.
And it continues to, and then things are changing, as we go through day by day. We don't know everything and things are changing as well. But it's kind of sad in a way because I know that the athletes have been working so hard. They kind of circle these events, not only my event, but all the other events on their calendar as well. And each time they get to one milestone, they realize, oops, that one is not going to happen. The other one is not going to happen. So I'm just hoping that, for the safety of everybody, that things can get back to normal. Right now, we were able to, we just moved the diamond to
Yes.
the end of the year. Initially, it was supposed to be last weekend, the 25th. And then we postponed it and we changed it for May 30th. So now we just actually moved it for the end of the year. So
Yeah.
the next one, and then at least for QCBB, the Prestige, which will be in July 25th. So we hope that the availability of the gyms become accessible because we know everybody's working out from home and they're doing their conditioning and what have you. And some of them are maintaining some good physique.
Yeah.
But we know for the most part, you need that compression movement, those weights to kind of get that muscle density to kind of maximize and bring the best package. So we are remaining hopeful, but we still have a watchful eye to make sure that in the next couple of weeks, that the state will begin to relax their restriction, and not only relax their restriction, but to make sure that we don't hit a spike in the
Correct.
number of cases.
That we stay safe.
So we continue to watch and make sure we are vigilant to make sure that those weekly or daily to make sure that things are looking into a positive way.
Well, I have to say that, last week I would have been on stage with you and a lot of amazing athletes, and I felt it, man. I felt it last weekend not being there, because it's something that I look forward to. Like you said, after one show ends, we have another show, then we have another show. So we've had a blessing of having that now for over a decade now, and I'm looking forward to hopefully July, hopefully September, and then December. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to people being safe and not seeing what's going on in the world, and hopefully the death tolls and everything else that's happening. And during this quarantine, under the quarantine, like I call this show, for me, the one thing that I've always asked everyone, Andres, is what is that one word that you can share with us that maybe gets you up out of bed every morning, that every time you wake up, you're like, there's one thing that there's a one word that just like a light that's shining bright in your face. It's like doesn't get out of your spirit, and that you can share some words from that word, how that has helped you. But then how can we give hope to the people right now that maybe feel hopeless? Or maybe there are people like that right now that are saying, you know what, our events are canceled, or our events are, we have to look for another year. We have been preparing. You know, what is one word that you can share with us, and of course expand on that?
Well, for me, I'm a spiritual guy, and like I said, you know, and like I said, not I'm somewhere, but I'm thankful because we don't have. When we look back, some will rather have what we have. So when we get up in the morning and we say, oh well, you know, I wish I had this or wish I had that. I think you have to be spirit, right? Because people not only here in this country, but also in other parts of the world, wish they would have half of what you have. You know, a roof over your head. Actually, I was talking to my mom today, as I normally have a conversation, and I told her, I said, listen, you know, sometimes we take for granted the simplest thing. When I go to my faucet, my kitchen, and I turn on that faucet, I trust that the water is going to come out. And to be honest with you, I trust that the filtration is good enough to just have a couple of glass right then and then. And I think that those are the little things that we should not take for granted, because in other parts of the world, you can't do that, you know? And if you can't do that, you probably have to boil your water. So there are little things like that, you know, I don't like for it to go amiss, because we will kind of have grow a sense of entitlement that these things are there and they're supposed to be there. And so I like to be thankful and just be humble, to be honest with you. So when I get up, because it kind of sets the tone for how your day is going to go. So be thankful of the little things that you have, because when you don't have them, you will begin to realize it. Perfect example right now. You know, everybody is sort of at home, and they don't enjoy the things that to go out, like the gyms. People want to have gym. I see. I go to Walmart. There's no bicycle.
There's nothing.
You can't buy a bicycle.
No bands.
So no bands. Why all of a sudden everybody wants? And I know it's not only the bodybuilders that are buying all those things. You have the lay person who is buying bicycles and bands and weights and stuff like that. So those are little things that people. There's the gym. I don't want to go and exercise, but now they feel like they want to exercise. So I'm just saying that, you know, you begin your day with a thankful heart, and then set the pace for all of your other needs that you want and stuff like that for the day. Because let me tell you, life is a challenge, but we can overcome it, right? If you set the right tone, it takes you throughout the day.
Well, I can't be thankful enough. Thankful was the word that Andres has shared with us, and the reason why I think it makes total sense right now, because some of us need a place to start. We need a place to begin. And I think being thankful should be that place. It reminds you of the things that we do have that we do take for granted, like Andres said. And I also look at other people that have come to our shows that I have met from countries like Honduras, countries from Colombia or Venezuela or other places, and these people have sacrificed everything to come here to compete. And Andres has given them a platform and a stage. And those people were truly thankful. And that is one of the main reasons I wanted him to do this interview with me, because I want him to understand that he is changing lives. And thankful for me is being alive. Thankful for me has always been about the first thing. What is it? You wake up, you breathe, you're able to get up, you're able to go to the bathroom, you're able to take a shower, you're able to eat, you're able to taste, you're able to listen, see, you're able to smell. Those are things that some people can't do. And in other countries, other people don't have clean water, like Andres said. They have to go somewhere to get that water, which means that everything in their life is a sacrifice. So I hope that Andres was able to share that word of thankfulness, and just to get you started, to begin step by step. Start being thankful for the little things, and hopefully the big things follow. Again, I want to thank my guest, Andres Miller from QCBB Promotions. I'm grateful to call him a real friend, a real brother in my life. He's given me I am thankful for him giving me the platforms that I've had for over 10 years to be able to share my message with thousands of people and hundreds of them that I've listened to and shared their testimony with me. Again, I never want to leave you without my message to find hope, have faith, and live every day with purpose. God bless you, and again, be thankful.